What's up, guys? Welcome to Jaden's New Life. I'm Jaden, and I'm an addict. So today, I want to talk to you guys a bit about my experience in making that decision to go to a treatment centre. And after 2 months of going to meetings, I decided that it was the best fit for me to fast track my recovery. And it wasn't an easy choice, but here in New Zealand, we don't have a lot of options where it comes to rehabs, and the one I decided to go to is supposedly the hardest treatment centre in Australasia. Now, people looked at me and they wondered, they asked me, what do you want to go there for? And they were like, fuck that. And I was like, well, I want to change my life. It's taken me 20 years to get to this point. I want to change my life. And then someone threw out a statistic to me, and the statistic was probably not factually true, but it was along the lines of 99% of people relapse when they come out of treatment. Well, this is where I realised already that I'd had a major shift. My life revolved around negativity, and the way I thought was all about it was a negative way of thinking my whole life. But when this guy said this to me, he said 99%. Straight away I thought 1%. Well, I'm one person, and that's how I looked at it. And I tell you what, it wasn't easy in any accord to make that decision to go, especially after hearing these things from the side. But I'd made a decision. I was either going to change my life or I was going to die. So 2 months after being in these meetings, I was accepted and went into this treatment centre. Now, this treatment centre usually had between 40 and 50 residents at a time. And for the 5 months that I was there, I would say that I would have seen at least 200 people come and go. Some lasting a day, some lasting a week, some lasting a month. But very, very few lasted the 5 months and graduated. And I'm really, really proud to say that I stuck that thing out. And, to be honest, I've failed everything in my life. Anything, from school on, anything I ever tried, I failed. I never followed through with anything. This was the first thing that I was ever successful at, and that was graduating at the highest level after 5 months. And I'm not going to go into what happened in that treatment centre. I think I'll leave that for other videos. But, it was the foundation to my life today, and how I look at things. So I made some good friends in there, and the funny thing is I looked up to some people, and I throughout the journey inside there, and I looked up to these people and thought, well, these guys are going to make it. But 5 years ago when I was in there, all the people that I met throughout that whole process, unfortunately, there's only one other person that I knew in there that's clean. And unfortunately, a lot have passed on. That's how serious this is, As an addict, you can relate. If you're not an addict, you probably can't. And you probably just don't understand. But that's what my channel here is going to be all about. Is telling you about things that I've been through, the way my head thinks, the insane thinking that I had. Just for instance, I'll bring one up right now. I remember coming home one day and my ex-wife and my 3 beautiful children were standing in front of me, and she said to me, if you touch that shit once more, you're never going to see us for the rest of your life. And I reckon it was probably about a minute and a half, and I was in my garage with the crack pipe in my mouth. I just didn't even care. I quickly came to realise at this treatment centre that giving up the drugs and the alcohol was the easy bit. I was so grateful that I'd spent 2 months going to meetings before I went to this treatment centre because I was ready the day I got there. And I gave it everything I had to create a new life. Every single day I pushed myself and I grew and I grew. But yeah, I went in there and I knew this was my only chance. And I didn't care that it was the hardest treatment centre in Australasia. That's what I needed. I wanted to change, so what not better place? You know, you don't go buy a pair of shoes because they're not the best pair of shoes, if you can afford it. You know, it's no different. So anyway, that's what I really wanted to share with you guys today. And make sure that you subscribe to my channel. I'm going to keep coming back and explaining bits and pieces of my life and things that I've gone through, especially in today's life, and how I can stay clean and sober and continue to grow and create a life that I love. So I'll leave that all there for today. Like I said, subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you all soon. See ya.